What's up everyone, Dr. Jacob Wilson here. Today's topic is 3 ways to spike metabolism following a meal. If this is your first time to the channel, if you love this content, make sure you smack that like button. If you really want to support the channel, one of the best ways you can do it is to share this video. So here's the thing guys, when we consume a meal, we have what we call the thermic effect of food. What does that mean? Eating a meal spikes metabolism, okay? Thanksgiving is getting ready to come up. So, you know, if you're in the United States, if you eat a bunch of turkey, you know, a bunch of stuffing, all of that stuff, sometimes you see some of your family members or maybe even yourself start sweating, right? That's a really good example of the thermic effect of food because it's such a large meal that your body's working really hard. Well, we can modify a meal basically to optimize that thermic effect and expend a lot of calories. Number one is obviously the macronutrients in a meal. If you look at macronutrients, carbohydrates, you expend maybe it takes about 5% of the energy in a carbohydrate to really break it down. Protein, it takes about 30% of the energy to actually break it down. So obviously that means if you have 100 calories of protein, you might expend 30 just to break it down. If you have 100 calories of carbs, yeah, you might only use 5 to break it down. So obviously having a higher proportion of protein per meal is going to up the thermic effect. Now, certain proteins are more thermically active than others, okay? So meat-based proteins are more thermically active. If you look at probably the number one thermically active, it's gonna be hydrolyzed whey. So that's why I think post-exercise having hydrolyzed whey is one of the best ways to spike the thermic effect of food, and you can do that pretty much every single day. Okay, and that study was from Lockwood and Roberts. So that's one way to do it. A second way that we talked about thermically active protein, there are also thermically active fats. So when you consume fats, having a higher proportion of fats that speed metabolism are better. There's a study that actually showed that when they put butter on their food, a butter that was higher in MCTs actually raised metabolism over a normal butter. So MCTs seem to raise metabolism. Other studies have shown that omega-3 fatty acids will spike metabolism, okay? So consuming fish, taking omega-3 fatty acids with your meal should spike the thermic effect of the food. Cooking, for example, with coconut oil as opposed to vegetable oil will spike the thermic effect of food. So the third way that you can essentially spike metabolism, let's say you're in a rut, you're not making gains. Studies show that when you switch to from a normal diet to a ketogenic diet, that you get a burst in metabolism. So I think, let's say for example that you've been dieting a long time, you're trying to regain your metabolism. Switching to a ketogenic diet might be that way. It seems that it's switching to a ketogenic diet seems to stimulate what's called brown adipose tissue, which is high in mitochondria, and that jacks up your metabolism. So guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you visiting. I'll see you next time.